everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing good. So I'm back with another Vuex tutorial that we will see in this video, that is state in Vuex. Previous videos I have created this list and displayed using actions, mutations and getters. So in this video we will see state and we will be going for edit. So in previous videos I've shown you add users also, add user here. So let's go back to list, and in this video we will go for edit. So edit, you can see as of now I have not created even page, so we will be starting by first creating page. So before that let me show you db. So here you can see that is list I have displayed. So now let's go and see code level. Let me show you view store till now. So here you can see I have state one user list, and using mutations I have set that state, and I have two actions and I think two getters I'm having as of now. Now let me show you list user that you have just seen in browser. So here now we'll be using edit button. So and let me show you add user also. So you can see here dispatch I'm using. So now let's start by creating one file for edit. So write edit user dot view, and inside that we will be having almost same form use like similar to add user. So now let's create a route for that. So write path that will be edit user, and we will be having one id, and that will go to component edit user. So let's import that. So write user edit user and also write component edit user. Now let's copy component add user and let's paste in edit user because form will be almost same. And now let's see this edit user in our list because that should go to this. Okay, here it's user edit. So let's change any one place. So let's change root only user edit. So now let's change title of edit user. And now let's see and check in browser if root is working fine. So click on edit and you can see now it's going to edit user component. Now let's create our data variables inside Vuex store. So inside state, let's write this complete form, and here it's giving error. Okay, so before only one item was there, now it's like form we have multiple items, so need to add return here. Now in edit user let's comment data because now we don't have any data variables there. And now let's call that form using computed property here. So inside computed write form, and inside form I'm going to return this store dot state dot form. So this form then I can use as it is that I'm using before in my data variable. So similar way I can use this form dot name, form dot email, all those things I can directly access like that only. So I don't need to change in form. Now in edit form we need user data, that particular entry we are going to edit. For that we need action. So now let's go and create one more action to get the data of particular user from backend, that is from API. So here let's change get user data, and here we will be calling API. So here to get the user data, first we need user ID. So let's go to our edit user component, and here in created, so ID we have in our root. So we need to get that from root. So here created, we will be calling one function, let's say this dot get user data, and this method we will be creating in methods. So we are using in creator because we want to load user data on before component load, and we don't want to see input fields blank. So right, get user data, and inside that we will be calling dispatch function, and that will be action get user data. So now let's get user id. So right, let user id equals to this dot root dot parents dot id, and that user id I'm going to send as payload to this action. Let me remove double equals to. So now in action let's get payload also, and this payload we will be passing in our API. Now let me show you API. So here you can see user show, it's going to user controller show function. So inside that you can see user model, and it's getting object of that user, and it's sending in response. That's it. So you can see model here table users is used. So that's the simple API. So now let's apply it in front end view. Now let's change API, change user add to user show, and here pass payload because here directly ID will become. You can apply a check if you want that payload should not be null or blank. So here you can add console.log user data, response of you data, and this will be a commit. So here we need to add mutation. So add mutation, let's say set user data, and inside that we'll be getting state and payload. So this will be state dot form, and that will be equals to payload. This commit will be passing in get user data. So now whatever response of a particular user will be coming will be assigned to this form state variables. I quickly explain you how this will work. So created will call this get user function. This will dispatch action get user data, and this will hit API user show, and that will call this mutation edit data, and this will assign to form variables, and these form variables will display data in your form. Let's check in browser. There is one error, undefined, so it's not getting payload. Okay, I have put it in curly bracket, just get it outside this. And now let's again check. So now from list, let's click first one, edit user. You can see now form is having data, edit user. Let me show you console. You can see user data, response of data, and it's giving object as a response, and that is displayed here in your form. So now let's move forward to submit our form. Edit user. So handle user submit, you can already see. So here you can see form all having the model input fields, and if you will see at the rate submit dot prevent, and it's going to handle user submit, and it's in methods, and you can see inside this it's calling dispatch of store, and we will be creating one more action for this edit user. And from here I'm not going to take this dot form because now we don't have. So from here I'm just going to send user ID. So right, same I can copy from below, and I'm using that user ID, and from here I'm just going to send user ID. Data for edit user I'm going to take from store. So in store, let's get add user because we have similar only. So here change to edit user, and this will be payload user ID here. So instead of data, I'm going to send this as parameter of URL. Now second will be your state dot form because we are using here state variables only. So here now let me just console this state dot form as well, and also take this state in parameter, that is function action parameter. So now let's change API, and this will be user edit save. So now let's check this commit payload and state.form in browser. Now let's submit. So here you can see commit. This one is payload, and that is state.form. So now let me show you API for edit. So here you can see user edit save. It's going to user controller update function. And in update you can see user request, and if I'll go to user request you can see all fields are required, and we are using user model, and that is user here. So we are getting validated data and we are updating. So and then we are sending just response. So now let's check in view. So here let's change one thing, user updated, and now let's check in browser. So let's say knowledge to name, and let's change phone number, and now let's submit. So here you can see user updated is coming in console. So now let's go and check in network also, user successfully updated. Now let's go to list, and here you can see name and phone number both are updated. So in this video we have seen edit user. So one thing you need to note here in we have imported this form as computed property, so that will allow us to directly mutate your state variables. If your app is in strict mode, then this will throw one error because direct you can't mutate your state variables, you need mutation there. So if you have created mutation and using mutation is getting updated, then only it will not throw any error. So in my next video I'll show you, if you want to update any particular input fields using mutations, then how you can do it. So that's all in this video. I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubt, then you can comment down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video.